Oh, there's been more. Good evening, you wonderful human beings. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine... I say fine, it's not been fine. I'm lying to you, actually. Here in the south coast of the UK, it has been monsoon-like today. Isn't it?
I like it.
It's fucking awful. It's been
I like
absolutely fucking pissing it down today. That's the polite way of putting it. It's been disgusting.
It has been persistent.
It has been persistent. It's been a bit of a meh day for me. I've done some things and some admin tasks and some stuff, and I actually ended up I had some physio today on my arm, and apparently I have done some damage to it, so who knew. I've damaged my bicep tendon of some sort. He did use another name, a fancy name. I don't know what he said. I was like, okay, cool, can you fix it? And he went, yeah. All right, good, that's all I care about. So I had that today, and then I went over to the studio and picked up a camera for top down so I could do some painting on stream tonight. I'm not... Do you ever get this with your hobby in general? I don't know if it's the same for you, if your hobby, because your hobby's knitting. Did you ever get to a point where like, I just don't want to?
Yeah.
I feel like I should, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
And so I had a moment in the car, which I won't dwell on, and I sat here and painted for about half an hour. And I was like, I am not in the fucking, I'm not in the mood. And there's a couple mistakes I made, and I was getting really annoyed and angry. So I was like, stop, put it down. But I had started this little cheeky chap today, Mr. the Logan. Right, I've started him, and I've set myself a new challenge. I say challenge. Is it a challenge? I think I.
Hello, you beautiful bastardo. How does one go about investing in hobby house?
You have to give 50 memberships and then PayPal £500 to me directly, and then that starts the conversation, but doesn't necessarily get you in it. I'm joking. Currently, we're not looking for any additional investors. Anything that gets donated is helpful though, because it's getting expensive in places, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna try a new thing that I've never done before. I'm going to see if it works for me, and I don't know if it will. I think it will, but I don't know if it will.
I'm biased, but my big snake daddy Thorgrim for you.
And I'm going to try and paint for 30 to 60 minutes a day every day. So I feel like even if that means getting up in the morning and then doing half an hour before going to work, then only... Why is it not working? Has Brian gone quiet again? Audio output.
Brian has been gagged.
Device not connected. I mean, it is connected because I can hear it. You lying fuck. Right. If you try it again now with a red super chat, it should work. Just saying.
Doggo tax.
That should now work fine. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do. I think from the way my ADHD brain works, I think it will work. I think if I do half an hour, make some progress, put it down, step away, and then every day I do that, it will still take me ages to paint anything, but it'll be quicker than it currently is, which is non-existent. I'm gonna try that. But
worth a go.
Yeah, I wasn't really in the mood today. So I was thinking, what do we talk about? And then actually, we're coming into we're 10-ish. 12-ish days away from November, and then that'll be the countdown to December, and then we're talking about what's it called? Model of the Year. Model of the Year is soon to be upon us, and there's actually some fucking really interesting choices this year. Before we get into that though, thank you Evan for 2 gifted memberships. You're a legend. Thank you Kianon for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you Sam for the 1. Thank you James for 5 gifted. And thank you, Farmer George, for the 1 gifted membership. You are a legend, sir. I appreciate you all.
Anthony says that's how he paints, because he has metal in his dominant hand.
Oh.
So I'm guessing you can't hold a brush for too long then, otherwise.
I think it's going to be better for me. I've never tried this way before. I've always been like, I need to clear 3 hours or 4 hours and sit there, get my paint brushes out, get my wet palette out, get my cup out. And then, but I just don't ever seem to have 3 to 4 hours anymore. It's just not something that I have. And I'm going to hold my hands up, chat, and I legitimately and genuinely and honestly think that painting content on stream is shit. And I'm talking about my own content for reference. I'm not talking about anybody else before you go saying, Liam said that. No. I think I look at the chat, and I look at the viewer numbers, and I look at the interactivity in chat, and I look at the super chats, and I look at the members, and painting streams are shit.
New Mar Warders on Warcom FTW. AOK hand emoji.
Is this the new Old World stuff? So, this year, there has been actually, and I'm looking forward to when the list comes out, because I think I'm not even going to catch all of them, but this year has been a monumental release schedule for 40k and for other stuff as well. It's not just Warhammer 40k, although I think we've seen more impressive 40k releases than we probably have seen for other things. That being said, we can't forget the fact that the hashtags of ballbags, or whatever we call them, the Hellsmiths of Hashalt, is that right? Came out for Age of Sigmar. Obviously, we had Grand Cathay come up for Old World. Old World have now today released brand new plastic chaos stuff, which is interesting. But my focus will always be, and has always pretty much been, Warhammer 40k. And I think Warhammer 40k has absolutely knocked it out of the park. Not forgetting that Emperor's Children came out this year. Lucius, I think, is a beautiful model. Fulgrim is quite pretty. Flawless Blades are a stunning kit. They came out this year. We also have had the Space Wolves release, which is insanely good.
Old World.
Thank you, Dave, for the $2. Thank you, Yeston, for the 1 gifted membership as well. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Although one at a time is going to be a slow slog today.
Casually shitting on War Hipster and Hobby collab.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Only 2 of my favourite peoples. Where's the PayPal? Oh, is it not in the video description? You don't have to do that anyway, mate. I'm only joking.
What's the guy called on Hobby Collab?
Zach.
I thought it was Zach. He has got such a great voice.
He's got an incredible voice.
He should do, like, I don't know. I don't even know how you get into the line of work of voicing cartoon characters, but his voice, I think, would do really well.
Zach's got a wonderful voice. I love Zach. He's a fucking
And he's
legend.
quite funny as well.
He is quite funny, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find this link for you. I'll add it into the stream below. There you go. It's in the video description now if anybody actually cares. So the Lions Model of the Year didn't come to me with facts about it being released 2 years ago. Fair. But I think actually, if you think about it, right, we've had, in terms of pretty 40k models, and I'm aware a lot of this is going to be Space Marine specific, but you know that Logan came out. Were the Phoenix Swords this year? Were they? Because then you've got Lycus, you've got Asierman, and you've got Fugan and Baharoth, as well as the relevant aspect warriors. You've also got Shan, the new Raven Guard character. You've got Khan, the new White Scars character. Both fucking mad good. New Calgar, which goes up on pre-order on Saturday, they told us last night. New, what's his face, with the sword in the air. Sicarius, who I think is fucking beautiful. And then you've got
New Victrix Sonagard. That banner. Hikato Sicarius is a close second.
the banner is very pretty. Then you've got Logan and you've got Arjak, and I actually think there's a stealthy fucking answer for Najal in there as well. I think Najal is beautiful. Is that my Amazon package?
Yes.
Does it feel quite big and heavy?
Feels like water.
It shouldn't be sloshing around. It's made of paper.
Oh,
Books.
Maybe I heard the rain then.
Okay. I think there's loads of quality.
My vote is for Lycus and Orpheus.
And what I quite like, thank you nobody for the $13, and thank you Rum O'Clock for the 2. What I like at the moment is that whoever you speak to, people have different opinions or differing opinions on who's the prettiest. Now, I normally get to the Model of the Year vote, because Games Workshop, if you were unaware, Games Workshop put it up there, they give you the list, and then you pick the one you want, you click on it. And I normally go, I know which I'm going for, I'll go find it, click on it, job's a good one. This year, I don't know. Logan, I think, is stunning. Sicarius and Marnius Calgar are beautiful.
Model of the Year, hands down DK Grandmaster.
Stefan, you
Smiley face emoji.
Fucking troll. Fuck off. Fugan, I think, is absolutely beautiful. Asierman is probably better than him for me. Lycus is also like, who do you pick? Shan is. I don't like Raven Guard. I'm not a Raven Guard fan. Shan looks fucking insane. Head takers are beautiful. Like, I think that. Has there been bad ones this year for 40k? Okay, Dildo Man for Iron Hands. The man with the rubber dildo. I'm not. He's got. Hang on. Right, so. Is he out yet? I think he's on pre-order. So if we go into Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines, we go into Iron Hands. They have the new guy who's basically got a sex toilet as his thing.
What's it supposed to be?
I don't know. But we all call him Dildo Man.
Oh, okay.
In fact, in the studio, he's affectionately known as Dildo Swaggins. That's what we've called him. Drop pod, fuck off. I mean, they're still not bad. I don't like them, but they're not bad models, are they? There's definitely been some banging models this year. I have Fulgrim and Logan to paint, but I want so many others just to paint. Yeah, and this is where I think the models have been so good. I don't ever want to collect a White Scars army. I'm not interested, but I want to paint that White Scars Bike Man. I've never had any interest in ever collecting a Raven Guard army, but I want to paint Shan at some point. Cotius, was he this year, Dave? He was bad, actually, to be fair. Stilts McGee, he wasn't this year, was he? He was last year. New Raveners are sexy. The Fellblade is beautiful. Honestly, what? How spoiled have we been? Well, you don't know. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You know, the amount of times I've been to Lucy, look at this model, and she's like, yeah.
Fellblade, big tank, nuff said.
Enough said. I mean, I do think the Fellblade is sexy, and I was like, I was utterly gutted the other day when I looked at how I could perhaps get it into my 40k army, only to find that they don't have 40k rules, so you can't use it. That made me big sad. All bikes now need to come on Gravis bikes. Agree. Vampire and Dragon was great. I forgot about him. The Custodians guy who was vertically challenged. That was last year as well, I think, Guy. Hey, Meg. I still have 7 kill teams to paint. Haven't hobbied for like 8 months. I finally got the paintbrush out today, and I made a start on Logan because Logan has been sat unbase coated next to my desk forever. And I really want to paint. My problem I have at the moment, my biggest issue at the moment, the biggest issue I have at the moment is I want to build my Space Wolves army and my Ultramarines army in equal measure, and then I end up with decision paralysis. Right? You've got 20 minutes and I'm leaving to play Battlefield 6. Well, you bitch. Yeah, then I end up with decision paralysis. I'm building an Ultramarines army, and I'm also building a Space Wolves army, and I sometimes get to one, I'm like, which one do I do?
Your Gonana be model of the year.
Gonana.
Green heart emoji.
I can't enter Meg, because if I entered, I'd win every year, and that's not fair. Isn't that right?
Yep.
That wasn't a convincing yes.
Yes.
Meg's been drinking. I mean, it's nearly midday in their part of the world. If you're doing it, are you doing it on iPhone, Meg? Because if you're doing it on iPhone, super chatting on iPhone is a fucking... You should try it.
Does it autocorrect you?
It autocorrects you 2 to 3 letters in, and then it just finishes the word, and then when you keep typing the word quite happily, it then guesses like 2 or 3 more words, and it's just nonsense that comes out with it.
Oh.
And it's only iPhone super chats. You should try it. Don't actually send it, but just try typing it out.
What, I'm allowed to send a super chat?
No, don't send it. Don't send it.
Thanks.
Fuegan. Eldar releases were only in February.
I love Fugan. I still think I prefer a Seaman though. And I think I prefer a Seaman to Lycus. But Lycus is also beautiful. We all know it would be Paddy who wins Model of the Year. Well, fuck off the fucking Battlefield then, Farmer George.
Ethonsan is gorgeous. I bought 2, 1 to play, 1 just for painting.
Yeah, what I'm doing, Brandon, at the moment with Logan is something similar to that, I think, is I'm just getting paint on him right now so I can get him on the tabletop. And I think what I might do is I might buy a second one for painting competition. Because he's so pretty.
That's wild.
Right? How bad is it?
Like, I've had to delete 6 times already. I'm trying to spell the word super chat.
Exactly.
So far I've had supervisor. No.
It doesn't like suggest it and let you pick it. It just puts it in there.
And then I've got my supercharge at. That's not at all.
I told you. I told you.
Oh, I tried to spell the word amazing and it changed it to anal.
Brilliant. Your phone knows what you want.
My supercharged as anal.
You shouldn't correct it. You should send it as it writes.
Oh my
Chat,
God.
I don't want to encourage people to do this because Apple makes money from it. But if you've got an iPhone, honestly,
Wow.
think of a sentence, spend $2, just try and write that sentence out on Apple's iPhone super chatting. Don't correct it and hit send. You watch some of the fucking gobbledygook that comes through.
Okay.
No, not you. Don't pay me.
No, I want to do it. I'm going to try and send. Today is Monday.
So, Mad Larkin, I was doing Ragnar. This is the colour I've got. Right? This is the colour I'm painting. And you'll notice that Logan is the same grey. That's the colour. That's the base. It's not blue. That's the colours, right? So, you're good. Have you seen the new Marauders on? No, I've heard about them. I haven't seen them. Let me have a quick look. On Warcom. Oh my.
Today is Monday.
I mean, that was fine.
Why? But that's got 4 Ys.
That wasn't.
That's
That wasn't a. You need a more complicated sentence for it to really fuck up.
But that's what I'm saying. 3 words, and it's still. That's.
Oh my! This is my old world army. The Chaos Marauders Army Reinforcement Set. Games Workshop might have actually released something that gets me into Old World.
But then if I if I just chat in the live chat, it doesn't correct it at all.
No, it's just super chats.
How strange.
It's really weird.
And today and Monday isn't even spelt correctly. So.
Chat, we found the window into Old World for me.
That is so odd.
Lord Cacophonist was a bad model. Who is playing who this week and which armies are being used? Bombardment.
Oh.
License is having a touch time sending a message age.
See, that was Luce is having a tough time sending a message. And that's what iPhone did.
Yeah.
I told you.
Is that since an update or has that always done that?
No, it's been doing it for a long time.
Oh.
Ginger Steve, who used to super chat loads, refuses to now because it's on iPhone. So this week we have got on Tuesday, me and Joe, no armies picked, and on Thursday, me and Paddy, no armies picked. Although I think for Paddy, I'm going to run Sisters, and I don't know what I play tomorrow. What we might end up doing is we might end up one of the Monday streams midway through the month may end up being Old World with those Marauders because they are fucking beautiful. They are so. If you are unaware, chat, right? I hadn't looked at the article yet because normally this is all new plastic stuff as well, right? So this is finally an Old World army that fulfills all of my requirements. So here it is. Bring chaos to the Old World with a horde of rampaging marauders. Stefan, thank you for the 1 gifted membership, right? The Chaos Marauders army set. So you got 2 units of cavalry, 4 units of infantry, which I love. They look very Viking, look very round shield. Nice cool banner, cool helmet. I mean, they are fucking beautiful. They are also beautiful. They are equally beautiful. And then they are, of course, beautiful. And then look at the round. Yeah, I have an Old World army. I finally have an Old World army. Right, chat. I need maximum membership gifting so I can afford 2 of those army boxes when they come out. I'm glad I got to spend my money demoing how great iPhone's autocorrect fails. Now I've got to make them some money. Buy fanboys. Oh yeah, Meg works for Apple.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. That's a bit of feedback.
Oh my god. Exclamation mark gift for right, I'm gonna change the name of the membership goal now. Thank you, Stefan, for the one gifted, by the way. Nowadays, what I'm doing is I'm only updating the name of the membership goal when something relevant pops up, rather than trying a new one every single time. Dave, thank you for the one gifted. They are back. They are so pretty, aren't they? They're so good. I hadn't seen them until just now. That is a problem. To be honest with you, there's a possibility I've now got myself access to a Lumineth army for AOS streams, which means I don't need to paint my Lumineth now, which means that, and I would want to paint those those Marauders more than Lumineth, without doubt. Thank you, Mortyhammer, for the 5 gifted. Can you do a whole army of it is the question. If you can do a whole army of that new plastic stuff, I'm in. Membership goal has changed. Can I get my member back? I'll give you a fucking member. I just extended my membership. You have to do that until I get my next paycheck. You're amazing. Thank you. Miss the House of the Lord Corvus. Oh, yeah, you are green again. Look at that. Oh, they are pretty, aren't they? They're really nice. I'm a big fan of those. I'm a big fan of those. When are they getting released? Are they getting released soon? Are they getting released this year? I don't think they win Model of the Year, though. I always find it... Was it last year where the Night Lords... It will have an army of infamy in the journal, which is just Marauders, Dave. AOS has gone more Conan style, and now the old world has gone full Viking. I like the difference for essentially the same units. I do, and I was fucking mad for the AOS versions, despite the fact that they are shit in the game. I think Old World's just done it better. Add them to Warriors of Chaos, which you can use the plastic AOS models and put them on square bases, right? Farmer George, thank you for 5 gifted. You're a fucking legend. I love you. What a hero. You're also helping with your gifting in Super Chats. You're helping to pay for a repair to my wheel. Today, chat, was yet another example of why we shouldn't let women drive.
I'm not entirely happy that you've chosen this particular lady to represent all women drivers.
She was in a car that looks like she frequently likes to play bumper cars. She then tried to play bumper cars with me, and I swerved out the way and smashed my front left wheel into the curb. On a car I've had for 2 weeks. Very angry. Very angry. It's probably partly why I had no interest in painting. Just fucking irritated. We don't know. The article points to them having their own army or add them into a grand army of Warriors of Chaos. Interesting. But Warriors of Chaos have AOS models that are plastic, right? That you can put on square bases if that's the case. I don't want to ever build, touch, paint, look at an old model again, plastic or metal. I always wanted a human chaos army for Warhammer, and these chaps are the warriors, and the warriors are making it very tempting. Still no dark elves, yeah. They are fucking gorgeous, aren't they? They are very pretty. So, what I want now is every single one of you, all 114 people, 199 super chat. What wins your model of the year? That's why we don't let Loose drive. That is entirely her choice. Although one night back in a fresh 2009, 8-9, I did let her drive home from work at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and it was a 15-minute drive, and I did take control of the car again before we got halfway home. Is that not true?
It was fine.
It wasn't fine. Straight over the roundabout.
I just don't see the point of them.
Did you not feel about stopping for that red light? Which one? The one we just went through? Oh, I didn't know there was one there. Good. Can we pull over?
Do we know if there was a camera on top of that one?
Can we pull over, please? And get out the driver's seat.
See, you're not considering how lucky you are that I know my strengths and I'm not gonna like trash the house thinking I can do DIY, or I'm not gonna buy really high energy dogs like huskies thinking that I can be
collies.
a husky owner. Oh, she's fine. She's amazing. She is like my left arm now. She is golden, fine. Or taking up a hobby that's really expensive that takes years to perfect. I don't think you're recognizing how amazing.
Like knitting.
And knitting's not expensive. It is not expensive. You can find wool in a charity shop.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. I will. We will go on a little walk on Wednesday if you want to.
One vote for Fulgrim. Fulgrim's currently winning. It's like Paddy making bad tea. Luce wants to be a driven woman.
No, I get on my bike or I do the bus or the train.
I have to, honestly, yes, and I have to open the door for her. Pick up a skirt.
No.
I do. I have to put her seatbelt on for her. She's like, driver. That's what happens.
Captain Rex, you're a driving instructor.
Lycus probably is my favourite model this year.
So one vote for Fulgrim, one vote for Lycus. I like it so far. Thank you, James, for the $2. Thank you, Mad Larkin, for the $2. Liam, you have no fucking say about expensive hobbies. Don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any. What hobby do I have that's expensive?
Bike.
Channel, work. Carry on.
Oh, I see what you're gonna do. I see what you're gonna
Carry
do.
on.
Do you see, chat? Do you see? I live with a systematically calculated individual.
Carry on. Next hobby that's expensive.
No, I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
Business expense, isn't it? Channel. Work. Not a hobby. Work. See, Danny Deadpool says it's not a hobby, it's a business. Exactly. Exactly. Tax write-off. I mean, to be fair, the bike isn't a tax write-off because I didn't think I'd be ballsy enough to try that one. Knitting can save money if you can make your own clothes. I mean, NFL... I mean, I didn't pay for the ticket to go to London because someone got that for me, which was lovely. Lego, channel, stream it.
Celestian, Sacris and Aveline form the sororitas is my pick for best this year. Only complaint is, she is saccharide rose and white is a bitch to paint.
I don't remember that one, but I love the fact that there's even more. Lego gets pricey, which is why it's a business expense and I stream it.
Prince of Hordry or Logan for me.
Logan, there we go, Grimgar. Logan's starting to get the votes. You make no money off of NFL. I won't ever make money off of NFL because I won't turn that ever into a job. You do have merch. True. That's Liam's truck. He makes a YouTube channel for every hobby and claims work. Taxman will have his pants down. How? How did you work that one out, Carl? Technically, the football podcast is a hobby. The football podcast is monetized.
Buri Enerson would be my choice. Xenos over Space Mains every time. Also cheers for 3 years of incredible entertainment.
Thank you for 3 years of support, you absolute hero. And thank you for the orange one as well. What a legend. Aveline, can I change my vote? Yes, of course you can. Which one's Aveline? Someone, I need to... Who? Hang on. Aveline.
That sounds like a nice name.
I'm not getting a hit on YouTube here.
Is that what Ava is short for?
Aveline. Copy. Paste. Images. Is she the one with the fiery sword? In that case, I don't agree. She can get in the sea. I really hate the sword on that model. Yeah, I don't see how she beats like Lycus or Grimnar or Shan. I don't see how she beats any of those. I don't work things out, I just chat shit. That's what I made a living doing. The ICC at the best of the year. Who's the ICC? Fellblade has legend rules. Can't use it in comp, but could run it on the channel. Critters! You naughty man! That's interesting. The Fellblade is... How much is it? It's expensive, isn't it? It's like 120 quid or something for a tank. I started painting Logan Predators, if that helps. I haven't got very far, but I need to buy. I need to check my paints at the studio because I need corn red for his tabard and the blade of his axe, and I don't have corn red here.
Avatar of Cain.
He wasn't this year. Oh, the Cathay Sentinel hot air balloon. Cathay stuff is very pretty. Inner Circle Companions, were they this year? Weren't they last year with the lion? You need to pick model of the year. It needs to come out this year, chat. There's the rules. It's always been the rules. The Fellblade is 106 from Element. 125 Games Workshop Direct. 106 from Element. Fuck me. The Fellblade might have to wait till I own Hobby House. No, I own Hobby House until we have a Hobby House retail contract. I don't like Cathay, the models, and of the tabletop. Shitters. This will upset some people. That bit made sense. Dave then wrote, I don't like Cathay, the models, and of the tabletop shitters.
Has Apple struck again?
Have I misread? Dave, have you had a stroke? The rules are flexible. Are they? I don't think they are. I think the model of 2025 probably has to be released in 2025. Time isn't working for me anymore. Fair. To be fair, the Drunks Imian. All right. To be fair, Inner Circle Companions are some of the prettiest Space Marines I've done in a long time. They are. They're just not this year. And Head Takers exist. And they're better than Inner Circle Companions. And then we've got the old, what's it called coming out? The Victrix Honor Guard coming out. They might also be better. Yes, I'm dead. I didn't think you were speaking good England in that particular sentence. If you'd like to, I don't like the Cathay models and hate them on the tabletop. Right, okay, that makes a lot more sense. That sounds like what you were trying to say. Which I think I'd mostly figured it out.
Ethan San.
Shan is fucking gorgeous. This is like, normally, this is my point though, chat. This is what I'm talking about this year being so good. Normally we get to the stage and we go, who wins model of the year? And it goes, line. And we're like, cool, so he's winning then. And this year it's not happening. This year there's like, we've already had like 7 different votes for models. Bury the Mad Dwarf Lad is pretty cool. The Votan dude.
Best model. Ruler of the Northern Provinces, Sentinel of the Great Bastion, Supreme Matriarch of Nangao, Master of the Storm Winds, Daughter of the Dragon Emperor, Miao Ying.
Who's that from? What faction's that? Thank you for the $10, yes, then you're a legend. BF6 time. Well, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the 6 gifted farmer, George. Love you. Go and enjoy yourself. I'm very jealous. I'd like to play more Battlefield 6 and I haven't been able to. Old World. I think this is Cafe, the dragon lady that he's talking about. Mao Ying, yeah. I mean, she is quite pretty. One of the Thanes, I think it's James, turned the foot infantry model into a Farseer, and that is peak use of that model, by the way.
Inquisitor Coat is oh sorry you said best.
He looks like his top half was designed by someone different to who designed his bottom half.
Sangard only joking, new Nightbringer.
Ah, see, Breezy, the issue with the new Nightbringer is he's not out yet. Will he be out before the end of the year? Because if he's not out before the end of the year, then he can't be a model of the year for 2025. Best model is Pickle Joe. We got into the studio last night for the football show. And Joe had put the pickle outfit on the mannequin.
Yeah.
And Ash walked in and he was like, what the fuck is that?
That's what you're wearing, Ash.
That's a pickle, isn't it? He went, why is there a pickle on the mannequin? Like, so glad you watched the channel. They've said 2026, have they? The Spirit's here from Warhammer Plus. That's not a bad shout. Nightbringer can't start it. Yeah, see, Nightbringer's next year. And then he just wins, doesn't he? Probably. Well, you say that, and then they knock it out of the park with something else. So who knows? What's your model of the year?
The lion.
No, he didn't come out this year.
Oh.
You can't just pick the one that you announced either.
Which ones came out this year?
Logan Grimnar.
Okay. And
So which one's your model of the year?
what are the others?
Logan Grimnar.
And
There's been so many.
okay, good chat.
Yeah. So yeah, so you pick a Logan Grimnar.
No.
Good choice. Good choice.
No.
I felt mean to Ash last night, so I made a deal with him. Why? Because you take the piss out of his tattered old trainers. You shouldn't feel bad for that. Bullying's the only language he understands. That's how it works with siblings in general, isn't it? Bullying is the only language they understand.
Or it's just the silent treatment.
Which
but
is a
then
form
that's
of bullying.
the silent treatment really is just it's a non-argued yes. So the silent treatment doesn't necessarily always work, because if you don't argue the yes, then it's a yes. Silence is compliance. So
She's very bouncy tonight.
she's super bouncy. She was mad at me on a Saturday
Why?
because she'd spent all month stinking up the bed and getting the smell just how she liked it, and then I put her in the bath and washed all of her bedding. So she was in a strop with me.
Oh, because she
All of
spends time
Sunday.
making it smell like her, and
Yeah.
then you ruined it all.
And then-
Can you stop walking on all the plastic, please? Thank you.
And now she smells like lavender. Yes, she
Krieg
does.
Elder
Yes, she
aspects.
does.
Was Krieg this year? Was Krieg this year as well? If Saints win one of the next 2 games, I'll give 5. Oh, bless you, Gasty. Was Krieg this year? Because we're forgetting that fucking gorgeous Krieg commissar who's on my desk somewhere. Because he is beautiful.
She's going to go roof in a minute. Oh, you're bringing me your butt plug. Right, well,
That's not the best thing to talk about what's off camera,
you need to
darling. I'll be
let me
honest.
have it then. If you're going to give it to me, you've got to let go.
Sea Breezy, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. I'm trying to find out if Krieg was this year. I think it was. Oh, I hadn't. Oh, snap.
This is going to ping one of
I've
us
had
in the
of those for
face.
Ages. My God.
Ow!
Krieg was in January, so it was this year. Oh my God. See, they're all so beautiful. Oh my God. There's so much good stuff out. Krieg is one of those armies that I really, really, really would like to collect and put together. But honestly, I have no interest in playing, just from a hobbyist perspective. And I don't really have the time or capacity to paint that many, because I'd like to do a mostly infantry Krieg army with some big tanks. Oh, stunning. But I also would like to see like Krieg crew conversion kits for things like the Rogel Dawns. Aldari also starred. Yeah, and they were fucking incredible. Honestly, incredible. Whoops, fired. Oh my god. So good. Excuse me, I'm so tired. I also haven't had a haircut in forever. I
noticed that. I wonder if you were growing it out.
No. If anything, I was about getting rid of it all. Don't you also have a large amount of resin, Krieg? I do, yeah. Like, buzz cut it.
Weren't you going to bick it?
Look like a thug.
Yeah.
Maybe controversial, but Horus Heresy has been sold this year, minus the Fellblades heavy bolters. What do you mean, Ghastly?
Are you looking for that American football again?
She wants this.
Yeah. There it is.
She spotted it now, and the ears are up, and the eyes are pinned.
There it is. There's
See?
the
Look,
ball
can you see
that
Jack?
feels just right.
This is what she wants.
We should get her own one. Boing.
That's her trying to force me to play ball with her.
Yeah, that's her bullying you for the ball.
So she's not actually going for it. You'll notice she's not going for it. She'll just do that little bounce. Where she'll go, I want to play with the ball.
She's so cute.
There it is. That's all it is. That's all you get. That's all you get.
She's so cute. Nah. Oh, mind your cup.
That's fine. She won't knock it off. Peak content. I know, yeah. She steals the show. If her dog bouncing up and down isn't worth a gift, I don't know what is.
She was so clever the other day. I was rolling around on the kitchen floor with her, and then she went and stood by the dishwasher and looked at the, you know, where the the kickboard and the dishwasher, there's that gap.
Yeah.
She was just looking at that gap. So I put my arm down there and out comes a tennis ball, and she was like, "Thank you, slave. You've got the ball. I've used you for all you're worth now. I'm going to go and squidge my ball."
Carl says she won't go for it because Luke will zap her. They probably messed up the cat design. Did that? I haven't noticed. Would like to see Blood Angels get their own assault terminators. Agree.
I don't even know if what I described the other day is even out there for.
I'd also like to see Blood
purchase.
Angels get Seth back, and I'd like to see them get a proper Death Company kit as well, Kai, to be honest with you. Blood Angels, so Space Marines is a weird one for me. Most people have got a Space Marine story. If they're in the hobby, most people got a Space Marine story. I started, my first ever set of models that I had actually properly bought for me was a fucking dog fur in my mouth now. Was a Space Marine Tactical Squad and a Rhino, right? And I remember that it was something like £18 for the Tactical Squad and £12 for the Rhino or something. So I think we spent £30 on me and £30 on my brother when I was a kid, and we both came out with a 10-man Tactical Squad and a Rhino. Nowadays, a 10-man Tactical Squad is like £36 on its own, right? Without the tank, which is then another 40 quid. So, you know. Anyway, we bought, and I brought them home, and we built them. And Ash, I don't know if he painted his. I'm not sure. I can't remember. If he's in chat, he'll remind me. But I painted mine Dark Angels green because I had it in my head. This is before I knew any of the narrative and lore of Warhammer. When we first got hooked on the models, friends of ours were playing the game, and we went to their house, and I was friends with one lad, and my brother was friends with his younger brother, same year groups, and they were playing this game on the floor, which was Warhammer, and we were like, "Oh, what's this?" And that's how, and I got into it. So I had no idea that the narrative existed. I had no idea the stories existed. I had no idea what this in-depth thing. But we wanted to get involved in playing what was this modern day version of just Lego, because it's build your own kits and then play. It's like, you know what I mean? So we went and bought the Tactical Squad and the Rhino. I had no idea about the narrative whatsoever. I didn't know what a Space Marine. I knew a Space Marine was a Space Marine in terms of the model, but I didn't know the kind of story behind them and the chapters and the Primarchs. I didn't know any of that stuff. So when I painted mine Dark Angels green, and the reason why I painted them Dark Angels green, because they're Marines and they needed to be camouflaged green. Mm-hmm. It's the only reason why I painted them Dark Angels green. Nothing to do with the Dark Angels whatsoever. Ash, I'm not sure what he did. I can't remember. And then I didn't really do anything else with Space Marines afterwards. So I ended up with Valhallans. I was collecting Valhallans for a while when I was, and we're talking about young now. Like we're talking about 14-year-old, 15-year-old like age, not like an adult collecting and trying to paint neatly and tidily and what have you. Although I did paint all my stuff by then. When I joined up, went to the army, I started on I had Chaos Space Marines, and I had the old Plague Marine kits and the old Berserker kits and the old Thousand Suns kits, etc. And then I moved to Space Marines and I went to Blood Angels, and my first Space Marine army at that point was Blood Angels. It was Blood Angels, and I fucking loved them. And you had the proper Death Company, plastic Death Company kit, the plastic Tactical Squad kit. You obviously had the Blood Angels Razorback, which had like the assault cannons, twin assault, and all that kind of stuff. You had the Bile Predator, etc. All the Dreadnought variants. The characters were still a bit derpy. I think like Mephiston and Dante were all still metal at the time. But I loved the fact that you had a plastic tactical squad, the plastic Death Company squad, and you had Blood Angels, Terminators, etc. They were the first one I went to, and I'm sure they were the first ones I went to because they had the kind of the most unique flavour about them.
In the early 90s, a plastic Terminator squad cost around £15.
Which currently, a plastic Terminator squad, so we go both threes. Oh, I don't want new Space Marines, do I? I just want the Space Marines. Warhammer 40k. Space Marines. Let's go Ultramarines, just because I think the Terminators are near the top, or they were, and not now. £40 currently.
In 1996, a Space Marine blister pack with 2 metal miniatures was about $6.50.
It's about £4, £4.5.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it, the difference in cost now? Yeah, Space Marine Terminator squad is currently £42.50. It was £15 before. That's inflation for you, chat. Tell me what your first, right, gift a membership and then tell me what your first ever model was. My first ever model was the old metal Bloodthirster, and I'll never forget that kit because that was given to me by my grandmother, who used to manage a charity shop and had these models given into her, didn't know what they were, so it was like, I don't know how to price them. So I got given a metal Bloodthirster from old Warhammer, and my brother got given the old metal Death Company unit that used to have Lamartis in, but like 2 of them were missing. So that's what he had, and that's what I had. And I built the Bloodthirster, and I remember building him, and I didn't know what Warhammer was, right? So the only thing we had to stick metal together back then in Dad's house was Dad's shed, was araldite, right?
Oh God.
So, and I don't know if you guys know araldite. I don't know if you know what araldite is, right? But it's a 2-part epoxy resin. It's not like super glue. So currently with super glue, if I use super glue for anything, I use this stuff, right? This stuff is fucking incredible. You touch it and then it's stuck. Right, araldite is you mix the resin with the activator. Basically, you mix it all in. The hardener, it's called on the tube, and then you get this like thick fucking spunk paste. And then what you do is you take that and you put it on and you hold the thing together. And what we used to do is mix a little bit of araldite, right? Honestly, a little like a pea's amount of araldite. Mix it up.
Yeah.
Get the arm, get the body, put the araldite on the arm, hold it together. And I used to sit there for half an hour.
Oh, wow.
And then go...
Moria goblins with paints.
Oh, bless you, Britters. You gifted a membership and you super chatted with your first. Thanks, man. What a legend. And what you would do is, if you were lucky, after half an hour of letting go, I mean fucking half an hour as well sometimes, it stuck. Sometimes, because of the weight of it, if you hadn't put enough hardener in, for example, into the resin, you'd hold it for literally half an hour, and then you'd let go and the arm would be like... And it'd fall off,
wow.
like...
Yeah. Did they not provide you with, like, glue or anything in...
Well, again, like I said, we didn't know Warhammer.
Right,
So my grandma had given me this gift, and we didn't know...
3rd Ed starter and painted the Black Templar badly.
Amazing. And obviously, again, back then I was hobby naive. I didn't know about pinning things that were heavy, where you drill a hole in one, a hole in another, put like a paper clip in so that holds the weight then. Didn't know about any of these techniques and stuff. The reason why I remember the Bloodthirster is because I went through some pain to get the whole fucking thing built, right? Where I had body, head, that derpy head, wings, axe, and the last part, if you guys have ever built the Metal Bloodthirster, the last part was he had a hand, right, which had his whip in it, and the handle was fitted to the hand, and the whip, which came off like horizontal that way, was a metal piece, and the contact point was about the size of a mosquito's penis, right?
Oh my God.
And so you had to get that chunk of metal, which was a wavy whip, to glue onto the handle. I probably used 3 tubes of Aerodite, to be honest.
Yeah.
Purest Rain Genus Tealers. I got into the hobby at 28 while I was serving in the military. I was told if I want to play GSC, get used to these guys. I do not play GSC. Marine 5-man combat squad £6 and Marine bike £5.
I remember that, Garth, yeah! £6 for a 5-man combat squad, I remember that.
Metal Dark Elf War Hydra kit. NVR stayed together.
Oh, amazing, I love it. I love memories about this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that I now look at the current plastic Bloodthirster and go, how did I ever think that old miniature was cool? There is something nostalgic about it, and I wouldn't want to use it anymore. I played a guy last time I went to Beachhead at the start of this year. In my last game, I played a guy who bought Drakari army, and pretty much all of his army was old miniatures, the old metal versions of them, and I was like, would I want to build and paint them? Never in a million years, fuck that.
No.
But I was like, oh man, these are all the old ones. This is cool as shit, because all the old proper Drakari, it was brilliant, honestly. But yeah, trying to get that fucking whip to start, I reckon I ended up mixing up basically a full tube of Aerodite. So where it should have been a nice little handle onto a whip, it was a nice little handle, and then like a bee's nest of glue to try and hold, honestly, so bad. There we go. Some of them are mad as well. I remember having an old Eldar fire prism where the hull of that tank was basically still the same plastic hull that exists now, but the conversion kit to make it a fire prism was all in metal. So you'd have a hover tank which sat on a tiny little plastic flying stand to give it the impression of flying,
Okay, yeah.
which is fine. And when you had a normal wave serpent, cool, it stayed on the flying stand. And then you'd build the turret on top of this hover tank, and there was a chunk about that big for this prism, for the old fire prism, and it was solid metal. So you put the turret on, glue the turret onto the tank, put a tank on the flying stand, bonk. It just wouldn't stay up ever. It would never stay up.
Did they not ever prove that their builders and painters got it to balance?
I mean, they probably did. There would have been a way, I'd guess. But again,
Yeah.
as a youngling, I didn't really know how to solve
That's an
some of
odd
these problems.
choice to make a metal component on a otherwise.
Well, they did a lot of that. They did a lot of, here's the basic plastic kit. Oh, you want the special tank version or special character version? You can buy the metal upgrade stuff to convert it to the... But because the special one isn't, we don't sell as many, we're only going to produce those parts in metal. Oh, honestly. They were the days, chat. They were the days. I had all 4 metal grated demons, as well as a lot of lesser ones, and a massive dragon for my Fantasy Chaos army. That's when I started to quickly learn that I fucking hated all things metal. I had the old metal Abaddon as well, which I think Dave talked about, where you could kill a man with that. You could throw it and kill a person.
So your anti-burglar system.
Yeah, because he was sharp and spiky and solid metal. You fucking throw him and I'd actually talk about killing man. I used to have, the one that I remember most, I used the most, was I used to have the old metal Khorne Lord on Juggernaut. I don't even remember him, but the Juggernaut, I'd glued him together with Aerodite, and that fucker was not coming apart, and that would kill a person. You could throw that like a fucking baseball, and it would hurt a lot. He was a great little model, pig to paint. Back in the days when I actually did a lot of my own painting. Honestly, loved it. And I know a lot of people sit there going nostalgically, oh, it was so much better back then. I'm like, but was it? Okay, so Space Marines were significantly more easier to kit bash because it was like torso on legs, arms on torso. So they were a lot more interchangeable, but did they look better? I don't think they did. Because everyone was just in a pose. That was it. I feel like it's so much better now. I'm mucking about with these Space Marines at the moment. And my Space Marine journey, I told you, didn't I, that I started with Blood Angels really properly after the dabbling in Dark Angels, not Dark Angels. I then got rid of that army started Space Wolves because I wanted to do the whole Viking vibe, only to find out that Thunder Wolves were, and I didn't really love it, and it was a bit nah. Stopped Space Wolves, and what did I start then? I started something else. I can't remember. Then I tried my own custom chapter when Primaris came out. Then I went back to Space Wolves again. I couldn't get my head around that the only really Space Wolf things that were any good were Wolfen and Thunderwolf Cavalry, because I don't like either of those things really. And then came back to them recently, and now I am mad obsessed. Oh, I've dabbled in all of those windows. I've also dabbled frequently in Dark Angels and Templars. In fact, Dark Angels, when the announcement box, when the was it 5th? Was Dark Angels Chaos 5th? Was that the box set? I jumped into Chaos, into Dark Angels quite heavily then. When the first time we had proper Raven models, the Black Knight kits came out. We had the Dark Angels Terminators. There was still, I think Azrael was still metal. Samael was Finecast. But I jumped into Dark Angels pretty heavy then. I liked Dark Angels at that point. Basically, I loved Marines with flavour, which is hilarious now that I'm jumping on the Ultramarines bandwagon because... But then again, with the new Victrix Guard, they are fucking pretty though, right? To be fair. Much better now. 40k Epic was brilliant. I luckily had an Epic Tyranid Force. I love building metal models and doing some personalising bits on them. Oh, really? Brandon, thank you for the one gifted. Chat, we have got 112 people in chat. Whilst we're nostalgic chatting about old Warhammer, if you could all gift a membership, or 5, or 10, or maybe if you could all give 50, that'd be great. If we all give 50, we might get to our 100 target.
I just got an awe snap.
Did you? I had one earlier, and I haven't had one for ages. Sandy, connect with the 5 gifted memberships. Yeah, go on, Sam. Right, nearly at 40. Like my age, nearly at 40. But yeah, I now, my hobby paralysis, do you ever get this with like any of your cooking, knitting, sewing, anything? Do you ever go, I want to do X and I want to do Y, and I kind of want to do them in equal measure, and then you go, 2 hours has gone, I've done none of them.
Sewing.
Do you? So you get it as well?
Always with sewing, because cooking, not to toot my own horn, but I know my way around the kitchen, and I'm very aware of my sealing skill set, so I'm pretty confident in the recipes that are on my radar. And knitting, it's just very repetitive, but sewing can get very overwhelming very quickly, and then you just find yourself in the middle of the bedroom floor with all these patterns cut out and this fabric, and then you're like, oh shit, I can't start because the project has gotten enormous very quickly, and now I can't start. Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
But I was also today, I was sat there and I was like, I've got 10 Assault Intercessors with jump packs and 5 Infiltrators on my desk for Ultramarines.
My biggest issue is my phone.
Do you mean like seeing other people's...
It might be either that or he's trying the iPhone Super Chat thing.
Oh.
And then I've got a bunch of Space Wolf stuff in a box. And I was really like, do I want to start painting my Ultramarines army, or do I want to start painting my Space Wolves army? Which one do I want to do? And I couldn't decide. On the one side, painting the Space Wolf. So I think there's a reason why I'm doing both, chat, for reference. And I was talking in the Thanes about this yesterday. Space Wolves are stunning. I love them. And but I don't want to be putting 30 standard intercessors in Space Wolves, and I want Space Wolves to be Space Wolf units. Head Takers, Grey Hunters, Blood Claws, Wolfguard Terminators. That's what I want them to be. Ultramarines, I think you get away with standard intercessors and T-shirt launchers and Hellblasters, etc. You get away with that in Ultramarines. So I think Space Wolves is going to be 2,000 to 3,000 points of Space Wolf units, and then my Ultramarines army is the one that can really be the kind of Space Marine passion project of a bit of everything, right? And I was sat there and I was like, but which one do I want to work on first? And I couldn't... I was doing other things. I wasn't losing time, but I was like, I couldn't decide what I was going to do. I was really struggling. And in the end, I just forced myself to pick one, and I grabbed Logan and started the one that you picked for Model of the Year, and started putting some paint on it. But yeah, Sam says doom scrolling.
Yeah.
So he is talking about his biggest issue with his phone. He starts doom scrolling and then you lose hours.
Yeah. I think for things like knitting, because there's probably, if you're making something like a jumper, there's probably maybe 5 parts of it that you do have to pay attention. The rest is very repetitive, and you can just pick it up and put it down.
Yeah.
Food, you've got to eat, so no matter what happens, you're eating something. The sewing, I have to break it down. So for me to do one project, I'll probably need a week so that I can walk away, and I will get interrupted because the boys or the dog. And then day 1 or 2 will just be, I'm just cutting shapes out. I'm not even getting the machine out yet. I'm just cutting shapes out. So then when it does get overwhelming, I'm not right at the start looking at the project. I'm actually already a little ways through it. So, and then you can sort of shrink it, and all I'm doing is I'm
Shrinking
just going to
it.
sew this together.
So shrinking it is exactly what I'm doing with the 30 to 60 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And what I've decided is I don't have to. I spent 30 minutes there on Logan. I stuck to 30 because I said I'm going to do 30 to 60 minutes. I didn't do any more because I was getting irritated. I made a couple of mistakes. I've cleaned them up, so that's fine. Made a couple of mistakes, and I was getting really pissy. And normally I'm like, oh, I made a mistake, cool. And I was getting really annoyed with myself. So I was like, put it down before you really fuck it, right? One of the other things that I'm doing intentionally though is tomorrow when I do my half an hour, probably in the morning before I go to work, I'm not forcing myself to do Logan. Now, I probably will, but if I come down and I'm like, actually, I want to start painting this guy, then that's what I'll do. I'll do half an hour on him. Then on Wednesday I might be like, well, actually, I feel like carrying on with Logan now. That's fine. And I'm hoping that by doing that and breaking that barrier down in my head, and like you say, getting it down to bite-sized chunks, because I have to paint that whole model is very different to got to do half an hour. Very different, like in my mind at least, and how my brain works. There's two very different. Like one's a big, you've got to paint the whole model and it's got to be top standard. To just do half an hour, and then you've done half an hour and you've made progress.
Yeah. Sewing's also heartbreaking as well, because patterns typically follow fashion sizes, and when you see the lovely drawing or the photograph on the envelope, because most sewing patterns come in an envelope, and they're these really thin bits of paper, probably, you know, like
it's like a tracing paper, isn't it? Almost
thinner.
Yeah,
I'd say it's thinner.
Almost like a cross between a tracing paper and a toilet tissue.
Yeah, there's in craft supplies you can get this really thin paper, and the name of it's just gone out of my head. But you choose your size, and the secret usually is when you measure bust, hips, and waist, you choose the bigger size. So whichever number is the biggest out of those 3, and then you tailor it from there. But if you don't know how to tailor that, and you're just merrily cutting out, for example, a size 12, you're going to make a really lovely standard size 12. But is your body a standard size? Do you have really big boobs but size 12 hips?
I've got massive boobs, to be fair.
Have you got a big bum and a really small chest? And then you're just going to break your own heart because you've done a standard fashion 12 and not what your body is. So then you can choose really great fabric, you can learn all about the grain of the fabric, blah blah, and it won't go on. You'll try and put it on and this thing won't fit. It's heartbreaking. So then you get really put off and you don't want to go near it again.
That's when I've tried and passed different painting techniques,
Yeah.
and you go, the only way I can save this is by stripping the paint right back.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I've started stripping it, and I remember there was I can't remember the model, I can't remember what it was. I think it was an Eldar of some sort, and I tried for the first time to use contrast, because everyone told me contrast is the best thing in the world, and the contrast is the best thing since sliced bread. And contrast paint isn't I think it's good. I do, and I see what people do with it. I see what people like Josh do with contrast paint. Fucking wizards. And for my eldest, if he was really getting into his painting, contrast is definitely a paint where I'm like, right, we're base coating it white. Once we've started to get a little bit of neatness down, use this stuff because it's really good at shading the recesses and highlighting the edges, and you don't do anything, you put one coat on. It doesn't look as nice as I would like it to look personally, and I definitely can't get it to look as nice as I would like it to look. Like, if you watch what Josh does with contrast, his models look like they haven't been contrasted. When I use it, they look like they have been contrasted. And they've got like swells and like splodges on them because where the paint's been overly saturated in one area and not saturated enough in other areas. So I used this contrast paint on this model, and I was like, I'm not happy how it looks. I really don't like it. I much prefer my current method, which is airbrush base coat the colour that I'm going to use, and then I'll go in and I will manually highlight and manually recess wash, and I prefer to do it that way. And that it takes longer. I know it takes longer, and you're all going to take the piss because how long it takes me to do anything. But I'm like, I'm happy then. It's a method that I know and I trust, and it works for me. And my results are pretty good when I actually do it. So I tried it, and it didn't work. I was like, I was a bit disheartened. I was like, okay, so I strip it. So I've got BioStrip, which is the best stuff for stripping, and I soaked it in BioStrip, and it eats away the paint. And what you do is you get a gentle toothbrush, soft bristle toothbrush, bit of water, and gently agitate the paint with BioStrip on it. It'll all come off. And 3 pieces snapped to the model. Broke. Were they unrepairable? No. You could have repaired them. At that point, though, temper tantrum struck. Model went in the bin.
I threw a temper tantrum the other day. I had knitted like a autumn vest top thing for me, and the pattern, the lady on the front of the pattern, it had just focused on the V-neck and not actually the fit. So then when I finished it and I put it on, went across the bust great, and I was like, oh, actually the V-neck's a nice sensible, it's not a plunge, I don't want that. But it wasn't reaching the hips, and I like things to go over because I don't want to reach up and then
it's a tank top.
Muffin top comes out, and it doesn't make you feel good. So then I messaged the person who I bought the pattern off, and she was really nice about it. And she was like, "Oh, it's not meant to go over your hips." So I was straight away like, "Well, this is hideous now. I don't want to wear it. I don't even want to unravel the wool and wash it and rest it and wind it back. It's going in the bin. Temper tantrum, in the bin, slam the door, like, brilliant.
Yeah.
There's 30 hours I'm not getting back."
Yeah, I've done it. There's only a couple models I've done this with, but there is a couple models that I've been because I've tried something new, and I'm like, and it hasn't worked, and then it's just the amount of effort it's going to take me to get. I've done that.
Yeah. So, and then when you were like, let's see it, it's in the bin. Why is it in the bin? Because I threw a tantrum. And you were like, do you want a cup of tea? Don't talk to me.
Well,
Don't
I
want
mean,
to talk
I've
about
been there,
it.
though, but I've been there, I've done it. Maybe not 30 hours worth of knitting, but I've done the same thing. Tell us, chat, have you ever done that? Have you ever temper tantrum because something's gone wrong and put it in the bin? Tell me. I'm interested. And still 62 members to go. We can't really turn that into a song.
No, it's Monday.
Think Luce forgot the last part where she beats Liam. And no one
What?
sent
What is this?
No one sent any help after Friday.
What is this? When did I beat you?
All the time.
It's not all the time.
All the time.
Oh, it's not all the time. It's only when you ask.
I go on stream every night because I'm not allowed to see real people. Become normalised. What do you mean? What do you mean, Dave? Oh, it became normalised. Right, okay, I'm with you now. I can't go with contrast. And people do wizardry things with it. They do, and they're amazing. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't use it. And I go back to the methods that I know, and they're slow and they take time. But the results that I get, I'm so happy with them when I actually do it that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stick to what I know. Stick to how I know how to do it. I've been to an AOS dragon. They aren't cheap because I fucked it up. Could have stripped it, but nope. But yeah, I've done that, Carl. Not a dragon.
I think as well, when you finally accept it's going in the bin, it's a weird, like, as soon as ever I put a project in the bin, I feel awful and I feel like that was a tantrum and I should know better and I should grow the fuck up. But slowly, you become okay with that had to go in the bin.
Yeah,
I'm
weirdly freeing.
Yeah, I can't save that because
Although I
X,
will
Y,
say,
and Z.
I will say that sometimes this being a job has hampered me slightly. And what I mean by that is there has been a number of occasions over the course of the last 2 years specifically where if it was 15 years ago, I would have packed it all up into boxes, nice and neat and looked after. I would have thrown it, but packed it all up, put it in cupboards, shut the doors, and just left it for a couple of months until I then have the itch to do it again.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I've been really struggling during having the channel is because you can't just put it. And I've thought about doing this a few times. I literally hired a Joe because I realised I'm not going to have time to paint my own stuff. To do what I'm trying to do, especially when it comes to things like Hobby House, to do what I'm trying to do, So people go, you never paint your own minis. I was like, I know. That's why I hired a Joe.
Yeah.
And then someone goes, you never paint your stuff. Joe paints all of his stuff. It's his fucking job. I should hope he does.
But also, there's nothing wrong with being like, here's a skill I don't have, so I went and outsourced the skill.
Well, I have the skill. I have the time or the capacity. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I thought you did the striking Scorpions with contrast paint. They turned out really well. I hated them, Scott. I felt better once I binned it. Even now, I'm like, yeah, sorry, it happened. Yeah, absolutely, Carl. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, mine was only a little character, but in the bin, and I was like, and fucking lid on the bin, and I didn't either. I'll be honest with you, I didn't touch hobbying for about a week after that, and then when I went back to it, I wasn't going, because I think if I had just put it on the side, right, left it for a week, gone back to it, I think then I'd have been like, and that fucking albatross is back around your neck again.
Yeah.
But I was like, because it's in the bin, I got back to my desk. I was like, right, what am I starting scratch from now?
I put my knitted vest on the sofa, and even as I was looking at it, I felt my teeth grit, and I was like, no, this is just pissing me off. This needs to get out of the house. I can't even look at it. I'm so mad. And it wasn't even about the cost of the materials. It was more about the time of all of us grown-ups don't get that much free time. And I've spent hours on something that the picture suggested would look like something else.
Carl goes, that sounds like what I say. Things feel attacked. It's not just you, mate. It is partly you. It's not just you. But when people get like, because I'm fucking mad, especially now with Hobby House. I was mad busy before. Now I just feel like I don't have a fucking half an hour. I don't feel like I've got the 5 minutes to wipe my ass after a shit nowadays.
Yeah.
And when people compare my output and hobby to Joe's output, I'm like, you are aware that he gets paid to paint, and he only comes to the studio on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So he literally has. If you said to me, you've got 3 whole days a week where all you've got to do is paint, guess what? I'd knock fucking loads out. All I've got to do, cool, that's all I've got to do. Amazing. I would knock loads out, funny old thing.
Do you know what, Paul? Paul says, do some stream gallery, it'll cheer you up. I wish there was some kind of stream gallery for people that cook and knit and sew, because there's nothing I love more than going through Facebook Reels. And yeah, it's doom scrolling, but when you know it's not AI, you know it's a real person because you follow them or whatever, and they've just knocked up, I say they've just knocked it up, but they've knocked up this really cute hat for their kid or a Christmas stocking that looks amazing, and it's actually not that complicated and it's totally achievable. It really is inspiring of, I could do that.
Carl says, my go-to, I won't stop. Look, mate, 99.9% of the time, I am fully up for the banter and I don't care. It's not a problem. It's only that normally 0.1% of the time I'm like, nah. The Springies, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Are we saying Joe doesn't get enough done? Well, I mean, we can add the word variety in there, because if it's all about power armored space marines, he gets loads of them done. Thank you, the Springies, by the way, for the 5 gifted memberships. Up to 43. We're 2 away from 45. Chat, 7 away from... Oh, hang on. Oh, no, my math is good. Okay, we're good. Start against Discord loose.
I don't know how, and I don't have the time.
No. Maybe you approach it, just paint the sergeant. Well, currently what I'm doing, so I sent a bunch of stuff. So the Space Wolves that we have in the studio are painted by my good friend Lee. They belong to him. And I love Lee. Lee's an incredibly good painter. He's a very, very good painter. He also painted all the character overlords that we have. He's currently painting our Necrons, which we'll be bringing down soon. There's 3,000 points of Necrons that he's painted. He's a very, very good painter. So I sent him a bunch of Space Wolf stuff, Head Takers, Terminators, Arjack, etc. So that so we'd have them for stream, and that's what I'm waiting to put my fur pelt on and my tunic when my Space Wolves come back. Can't wait. But what I'm doing is I'm doing Logan. And now Logan will be different to the because he does it in the traditional Space Wolves kind of baby blue, and I'm doing it in a darker grey, and he'll be a different colour. But I'm doing Logan, so I'm doing the character. And then what I'll do after that is I'll do Arjack, and then I'll probably do Najal. And then, you know what? Maybe at that point I'll do some Terminators. And I'm thinking, and what I'm hoping to do with both Space Wolves and Ultramarines, to be honest with you all, is I have Bronze Ultramarines I have access to. I have got Lee Space Wolves I've got access to. And if slowly but surely the Space Wolves I'm using change from Lee's Baby Blue to my grey because I'm getting more and more done, but I can play with the army because I've got his that I've got access to. And similar for Ultramarines, it might be that new Calgar comes out and I paint new Calgar and Victrix Guard, but I'm still using Bronze Ultramarines as the main core of the army, and then by doing my half an hour to an hour a day, that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, we'll see. Alex Shepherd, thank you for 10 gifted memberships, you sexual human. We've actually got over halfway. Just one lot of 50 now, chat, go.
I sometimes wish I didn't get overwhelmed by things that are supposed to bring me joy.
But I think everybody does, Luce. I think everybody will get overwhelmed by something that they would consider their chill out hobby. Like I normally I can put some music on, no screens, sit and paint or build in the quiet, and it chills me out. Today it didn't. It was irritating me. And sometimes when that happens, I'll get Lego out instead because that will chill me out. But my Warhammer, which is my favourite hobby that I have, often overwhelms me. It's very normal. Especially when the hobby is...
Is it normal because you're neurodivergent, though?
So,
like a normal, properly normal person, wherever they are, in their little caves of tidy houses.
My first point to that is I don't think there's such a thing as a perfectly normal person. I don't think that exists.
There is.
I don't think that exists.
There is. They're the ones that just sort of, like, they're never late.
There's no such thing as a perfectly normal person.
There's always clean
In fact,
pants.
I would go as far as to say there's no such thing as normal. Because we're all unique and different. There's no such thing as normal, right? So I don't think that's true anyway. But also, even Lego, right? I've got a AT-AT in the studio that I've been waiting to build on stream because the stream bought it for me to build on stream. And I've put it off and put it off and put it off. It's fucking mammoth. It's daunting.
I guess because Lego, you can't really put it away once you open it.
I mean, we can evict the dog from in the lounge. We'll find a place to put him, but it's daunting. It's overwhelming because of how big it is and how much there is to it. And I will at some point get started. And the worst part about it is, and you probably would have felt this yourself, the worst part about it is you'll get halfway through it once you find your and go, what was I worried about? This is fine.
Yeah.
That happens. I am perfectly not normal, says Sam. I'm normal for me, says Dave.
But do you know what I mean? I'd love to sit with a person and then just to be like, so here's a scenario. You have a dentist appointment at 2:00 in the afternoon. How does your morning go? And for them to be like, yeah, good. Walk the dog, had some lunch, super duper brushed my teeth because the dentist. And for me to just sit here and go, you're not absolutely paralysed by the fact it's an afternoon appointment. Your day is still fun. That's amazing.
I could only have an afternoon appointment today for the physio, and that started to throw me off. And I had to force myself to start working, rather than going, I don't want to get into something because I've got physio. Like, it's 3:00, dickhead. Get on with it.
And then you're like, I can't, and I don't know why I can't.
Yeah. Chat, we've got 8 minutes and 47 members and 110 people in chat. I believe in you. To find the word normal, you can't because everyone is different. Exactly, Adam. 100%. 100%. No such thing as normal, only madness, says James. Never being late is weird in itself, Luce. Exactly. That's really good narrative for your Space Wolves. You could have yours as being the Great Company's attachment. I love it.
Or, saying to this normal person, scenario B, you're going to meet your friend for coffee and they tell you last minute that they're bringing along their friend too. How do you find that? Because you're a grown-up, you're not allowed to be a child, so you go, yeah, sure, that's fine. But in your head, you're going, no.
I can't make it now.
No, I have the social battery capacity for one of you. I can't do two of you and a stranger as well, which is super duper. It's like next level conversation because now I have to be really friendly.
If I knew that was happening well in advance, I'd be okay with it. But when it's a last minute change, I struggle. I struggle with last minute changes.
But you can't cancel because then you're being petty. These normal people that are like, yeah, more the merrier. More the merrier.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm less bothered about coming across as petty anymore.
More the merrier. That's saying.
I've got to a point now, and I understand my I understand my own mental state now well enough that I've just started being a bit more selfish. Not in like an awful human kind of way, but in a I need to protect my own space.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And so in the past, there's been occasions where I would have said yes to something because I'm like, I'll be the person that makes everybody else happy. I'll be the malleable one. And now I'm more of a 50-50. I'm in a pretty good mood. I don't like this, but I'll say yes to it and I'll probably have a good time. Or I'm not really in the mood. And in the past, I'd have said yes and then I'd gone and I'd feel exhausted, like mentally. And now I'm like, no. And do you know what I've noticed? Do you know the best thing as well, right, is...
That's
gross. The best thing is, as well, is with most of my close friends and family, when I say no, most of them go, okay.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
This has been an option all along.
Yeah.
I could just say no.
Just popping in on shift to say Meowing the Storm Dragon is easily my model of the year. Stunning model to work on.
I think we have 2 for her now, as well as 2 for Logan. So Luce put 3 for Logan, so Logan wins.
Did I?
Yeah. If you know what's good for you.
When I was chatting to my dad, when I had just started putting into use some of the therapy tidbits that my amazing therapist was, she was like, some of that ticker tape, maybe try saying it out loud so people know where you're at. And then quickly followed up with, don't say it all, we don't want to scare them, but say some of it. And my dad, bless him, for years, I've been going along with things like little trinkety gifts because I know he loves me, and his way of showing me that he loves me is to bring me things like food that I don't like or have ever heard of. And the boys are really particular on their food, so trying to get the slightly older generation to understand the food relationship of the tisms and all that. And like you said a minute ago, it has always been an option to be like, Dad, I actually don't like those cookies, and it's very sweet of you, pun intended, to keep bringing them over, but there's a reason why I sneak them back into your car before
It's
you
also
leave.
a bit unfair when you get angry at people, but they don't know why you're angry.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when you go, you fucking, and they're like, why?
Yeah.
You've never told me that this is a problem. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, actually, that's my fault because I haven't told you.
And he was really like, oh, I'm really sorry. No, there's no apology. It's not there's no blame. It's fine. It's just, if you bought them especially because you think I like them, then that's okay. Thank you, but no thank you. And then his reaction of, oh, okay, well, I just won't get them anymore. And it was this giant rucksack of pressure I've been carrying around about being polite to your loved ones and being respectful in receiving gifts because they've thought of you, and this whole social thing, this little dance that we do when you say thank you for a gift that you didn't ask for.
But we are asking for 47 more gifted memberships.
So it's
aren't we, Luce?
You are.
Well, I mean, by proxy, you are as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why then?
Uh,
Come on, when you ask for them, they gift.
I would like to ask these normal people, what do you do when someone gives you a bag of cookies that you don't like? What do you do? And I bet you they're like, I'd say thanks, but I don't like them. I can't do it. I can't, like, how are you not, like, sliding around on your belly apologizing of, oh, I can't do it.
Well, I solved the I don't like the things you buy me problem. If you remember. I solved the I don't like the things you buy me problem by saying it's Christmas and I'm an adult. Don't buy me any presents. I've got a load of dry paint in the lid of this paint pot and it won't close properly, and I didn't realise it wasn't closed properly just now. And now my hyperfocus has kicked in.
Whatever you do, Luce, don't get in their van. Trust me.
I don't think it's actually going to... hasn't really solved it. Hey, right. Right, you wonderful humans. I do need to go anyway, because I am fucking knackered, and I've got a hearing appointment tomorrow to see why I'm going deaf. And if you're shaving your head, is that the time for the head tattoo? Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Adam. I'll be straight up. I really want the head tattoo. Really want it. But, you know, we are 47 members short, and revenue has been on a downward trend for probably 3 months now. So, if you collected Marauders, what Chaos God tickles your pickle? I do Nurgle. Corn. Obviously. Yeah, and the problem is my tattoo artist is very, very good, so he's also quite expensive. So, clothed twat. The difference with me and you, Ash, is I'm going to go and have an appointment tomorrow, probably get the ears drained, and then I'll hear everything again. You're permanently fucked. What colour did you paint your first ever Space Marines, Ash? Was it Blood Angels? Is that what it was? I think it was Blood Angels.
7 times out of 10, Paul. Wow, so 7 times you are in a van full of puppy. No,
sometimes
no,
you're
3
not.
times you're in a van full of puppies.
Mm-hmm.
How adorable.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think that's a risk worth taking because puppies are cute. Wait, do the puppies get walked or are they in the van with poo and wee?
I read that as
'Cause
shaving your
that's
poo. What?
Not adorable.
What do you mean when you read that as shaving your poo? What did you mean? Anyway, right, we need to go. I've got to have some dinner. And I need to watch the Vikings games from yesterday as well. So, you people have been awesome. We have a full complement of content for you this week, as long as I survive the week. So tomorrow we've got the Liam and Joe show at 13:30, followed by a live game in the evening. Currently planned me versus Tom. Could be Joe versus Tom if you'd rather. No, currently me versus Joe. Could be Joe versus Tom if you'd rather. You let me know. And then Wednesday we've got the the Warhammer show at 7:30. Did the young man's arm get mended now? Yeah, he's all good now. We basically did nothing for like 2 weeks and then gently eased him into other things. He's not had a problem, so thanks. Thankfully, everything's okay. Wednesday, like I said, the Warhammer show at 7:30. Thursday, another Liam and Joe show at 13:30, followed by another live game in the evening. It's me versus Mr. the Paddy because Joe's getting really bored of getting his shit kicked in by him. And then Friday at 9 PM, we return with After Dark. I was intending to do some badging on Friday, but I think the skips are turning up at work, so I don't think I can do that on Friday. There you go. Right, you lot have been amazing. Thank you for hanging out. Before we disappear, though, even though it is not normally a show where Luce partakes properly, she hasn't done any hobbying tonight, so I will ask her if she's got any more words for the chat.
Best chat.
Best chat. You people are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.